message, it's a little bit different. Okay, I'm getting everything nowadays that you're doing is hitting a little bit different because you're really coming into yourself. And I'm so excited for you guys. So, if you are new here, I'm your bestie on the internet. I'm your spiritual advisor. I am your cosmic cheerleader. This is where we come and we gather to, like, kiki and help each other out to get that motivation, to figure out what's going on in our life, to get that guidance, to know that you're not crazy and to know that you're not alone. So, without further ado, let's jump in. There were spies that tried to take you the out, and that version of you is gone. Not just gone, like and gone. You straight vanished. So I want to talk to you about what that means because I've been listening to a couple of my favorite influencers, and it kind of helped me word my download a little bit better and how to piece it together on something that could be going on with you guys specifically. I'm getting that you guys have gone through certain hardships in your life, certain big hardships, and those hardships, it's like you came out a completely different person. So, as these spies, these monitoring spirits, people trying to spy on you into your life, into your past, your present, and your future, for those of you guys dealing with spiritual umbrella of effery, it's like they can't find you right now because you have figured out different cheat codes. Now, I got a couple cheat codes for you guys that you can use, and I will get into that in a little bit. So, I feel like that will be extremely helpful for all my intuitives, for those of you that are really spiritual or feel like you're under that effery umbrella of always being on this roundabout of being bullied by people, monitored by people, whatever the case is. You guys are getting ready for another quantum leap if you have not already. So, we've been talking about like these hard times that you guys have been going through, and it's to change you into this other version. A lot of you guys that resonate with my channel, when you're changing all of the time, you probably think that you're crazy. Like, oh, I got split personalities. Like, I'm six different people. I just don't know who I am. I'm trying to figure it out. Like, on the low, you guys could be thinking that. But in actuality, it's God is always changing you and like repositioning you because the spies are always trying to tap into your past, your present, and your future. And there will be certain upheavals, setbacks, towers that you guys will go through, and then boom, you're on a different timeline. You've quantum leaped, you've quantum jumped, and then you're just no longer this person. You're no longer this person. They can't even find you. They don't know what realm or what dimension you're in. Okay, are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Because it was really hard for me to figure out how to say this. So let me give you guys an example. When I was in my addiction, I went through different quantum leaps. It took me a long time to get off all the drugs, to get off the alcohol, the smoking. It took me years. It literally took me years to get off of all these things. And every time I would know that I was ready, know that, like, okay, I'm freaking done with that. I can't take it anymore. Like, I'm moving on. Okay, you're it's like you've ghosted, you vanished, you leave like a thief in the night, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, where'd they go, like there's nobody here anymore. Yeah, you're gone. So every time I got sober from a different addiction, that group of friends, they were like, psh, where did she go? I'm gone. I'm on a different timeline. You can't find me. You can't find me. You won't find me because I wanted this change for myself. When you guys go through the spiritual umbrella and you want the change for yourself and you start working hand in hand with the universe and with God, the divine, the creator, whoever it is that is your higher power, whoever it is that you guys pray to, it's like, like, okay, today's the day that I know that I'm being pushed around, but I choose not violence. Okay. Some days we be choosing that. But today I choose me. I choose me today. And I'm going to fight. And I'm going to move accordingly. So this is like when we just know we're done. We're sick of sitting in our bed. We're sick of moping. We're sick of eating the wrong things or not eating or overeating. We're sick of just being a mess, being a pity party, and then hiding it from others or trying to be functional under the spiritual dun dun dun. And for those of you that are new here, that means, spiritual warfare, but I don't even like to say that word. So I like to say the spiritual umbrella of effery, the labyrinth of effery, the hamster wheel of dog shit. That is what I call those attacks. Because I don't like to say those words over and over. The W word like that, we only talk about wins over here. And the attacks, I don't like saying those words over and over and over and over. I don't like it. It's not my thing. And I'm getting that you guys are just starting to see that all of these changes were necessary. And when you chose to choose yourself and to fight whatever you were fighting the best way that you could, knowing that no weapons formed against you shall prosper, is when you made that leap. You made that change and you felt supported. So it's crazy because there are way more spies on you now than there has ever been. It is their pure occupation to get into your thoughts, to get into your mindset. Okay, they work day and night, these spies. Okay, mission impossible, mission hard, mission, I don't know. They be working on it day and night. All the Decepticons in the land. Trying to intrude, trying to make you think certain ways, make you do certain things, make you date certain people. The devil will try to trick you with falling in love with the wrong person. This happens often. And that's why I will never tell you guys to just stick with the idiot that's doing whatever, being a whole dusty or a whole karmic, whichever shoe fits. And so as they're trying to get into your thoughts, they have this picture painted of you, what your future is going to look like. And they're constantly, the enemy and the devil and Stephen are constantly trying to wreck that. Constantly. Because poverty is not in your future. Riddle me what? Poverty is not in your future. Thank you, Moon Girl, for your donation. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Hi, Kyrie. Hi, Savage Queen. Thank you for helping me moderate this live stream. Hi, Alexis. I'm going to say Burden because I don't want to say, is it Katia? I don't want to say your name wrong. Golden K, Lord Key, what's up? Kimmy, Unholy, Randon, what's up? Hi, Sage. Thank you for being a member. Just welcome in, guys. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Hi, Alexia. Poverty is not in your future. And for however long you guys have been sure as hell thinking that it is, because you've just been down and out. You feel like the devil's been winning. Okay? You feel like the devil's been attacking your love life. You feel like the devil has been attacking your finances. You feel like the spies and the enemies are winning, trying to make you feel concerned and in fear of your future. So let's get into the cheat code because I want to give you guys some immediate relief that you can start practicing as this live stream unfolds. So something I learned from one of my favorite creators, and I'm trying to, I don't ever want to say like one concept is just my idea. I will always tell you guys if it's not, like, it's not mine. It's not mine, but I will practice it and use it. Just like when we learn different manifesting techniques or different prayers for protection, whatever we think works for us. And so when I come across something that I think really works for me, I want to practice it, see how I feel about it, and then I bring it to you guys. What I got recently for spying and those trying to pry, this could come out in several different forms. This could be literally intuitives trying to spy into your life, readers trying to spy into your life, or enemies that you have in the 3D, family, toxic exes, whoever your enemies are in the 3D that go to intuitives to get information on you, I'm going to show you how to block them, okay, from spying into your life. I'm going to show you how to not only block them from spying, anyone intuitive trying to pry into your life. If you resonate with my channel, this is most likely going to work for you. Are you ready? I don't have the bell out, so okay. You guys can say, and some of you guys might already do this, but I thought it works great and summarizes what you need. When you feel like your ish is being messed with, you can pray that those that are trying to spy illegally, okay, because remember, there's law and then there's spiritual law. That's why I always say anything not of the light or anything not of the divine plan is no longer welcome here and must leave immediately, because there is spiritual law. And that's something I learned from Leor Alexandra. Like, that's one of the first things I learned. I say it all the time. So you guys will always figure out what works for you. And not everything I say will work for you, but you will know if it's for you. Anyone trying to spy illegally into my life, may their spiritual eyes be blinded. If you believe in God or Jesus Christ, you can add, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Anyone trying to hear illegally into my life, my marriage, my finances, my stability, my past, my present, my future, my children, my business, may their spiritual ears be deaf, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So however you guys want to tweak it or say it, you are not praying for them to be actually blind or actually deaf. You are praying for when they are spying, prying, and trying to be nosy, okay, an ish that is not theirs to know. And why they come at you harder is because the enemy, the devil, is trying to stop you from being chosen, being a star messenger, going and getting the bag, securing your family, and just doing right by yourself. May their spiritual eyes be blinded. Okay? Oh, you're looking? You can't find anything? You have vanished. I'm going to teach you how to vanish. When we are going through the dun-dun-dun, okay, the umbrella of effery, know that amazing, amazing things are happening. Congratulations, good news, because every time you go through like weeks of some ish or a month of some ish, what does that tell you? The quantum leap is going to be even further when you're sick of that narrative, when you're sick of that storyline. Okay, so like when I went through addiction over and over and over again, and when I got to the near end of it, when I wanted to kind of play on my own timeline with relapsing, God put my ass in jail for like the 50th time, but put me there again. And I had to sit in there for the longest amount of time I've ever had to sit in there, not knowing when I was going to get out. And it was, I know a lot of you guys that have been with me a while, you guys know this story, but I have a lot of new family, new soul tribe, new subscribers on my platform. And when I had to sit there and really think, like, I'm pushing good people away, I'm putting toxic people on a pedestal, I had to really sit and think in there, like, what am I doing? I wanted to party for like one weekend, and I ended up here. I'd been sober for months and thought I could have a little bit of fun. It's going to be fine. It was not fine. It was not fine. Okay, I'm lucky that I'm not still there. I'll tell you that right now. I'm lucky that I'm still not there because of what I did. And I ended up resisting arrest. They had to take my shoes from me, my heels, because I was kicking and screaming and just hadn't slept in days. Just a drunk, tweaked out mess. Well, I don't want to say tweaked out, but You know when you just don't sleep for days because you've been partying and you've just been doing everything under the sun. But I wasn't actually doing that. But regardless, I just was spiraling. I was spiraling because I wasn't ready for this change. I wasn't ready for this quantum leap. I didn't believe truly that I deserved it. And I had to sit in jail and really think about that. And anybody that is still in my life now will tell you that before I went in, I was an asshole. Okay? I was selfish. I was mean. I was violent. I was angry. I was depressed. I was all of these things. And I wasn't nice to people. When I came out of jail that last time, I was a completely different person. The old version of me was gone. And everyone was like, who is this? I don't even know this person. Anybody that, and there aren't many, that are still in my life now from after that last stint knows with every fiber of their own being that I'm not the same person. As others try to make it their occupation to keep you somewhere, to keep you tied down, they're doing the devil's bidding, they're doing the devil's work. You guys will know when you've had enough. Okay, you guys will know when you've had enough. As you guys get smarter, wiser, badder, stronger, you're starting to see like, okay, there are a lot of spiritual eyes on me. There are a lot of spiritual eyes on you trying to pry into your life. So let me talk about that. I've been telling you guys about, somewhat about the last week of you guys having people really addicted to your energy. Okay? So when the enemy or Decepticons are really addicted to your energy, anything and everything that they can invent or find out about you is like a gem. It's like a nugget of truth. It's like this bone that they're going to carry. They're never going to let go. You got ops like that. Frenemies like that. Coworkers like that. Because you're so private. I know my besties. You guys are so private as your life is evolving that you're very mysterious. And you might not think that you are because you're so transparent and so blunt when you need to be, but you really are an enigma to others. And as they look at that, they want to know more and they're intrigued because you guys are really stepping towards the person that you want to be, which is not giving a you-know-what about anyone's opinion. Your beliefs are your beliefs. What you love is what you love. And you're really stepping into that after really doubting yourself, feeling insecure, feeling like you would never be attractive, like you would never accept yourself. You're really starting to get back on that path of, I know who the F I am. So when people get this little bit of information, whether they did the digging, whether they trolled and monitored themselves, whether they went to an intuitive and found out information or got a reading on you or asked a psychic or went to a medium, whatever they did, you have a lot of people spiritually monitoring and spying into your life, and you are learning the cheat codes to vanish because they want inside your head. You are the intuitive of intuitives. And literally anytime someone that is enamored or even if they passionately hate you or despise you or loathe you entirely, they will take any bit of information and they will blow it up to the heavens. They will blow it up to the sky. You guys got people out here in these streets acting like they found out something that you probably already explained. Because people want you to be concerned that they know stuff. Because I've been telling you, you guys read people to filth without barely lifting a finger. You guys do that effortlessly, even on your worst day. You guys have been intuitive since you were a child. And now you trust that discernment more. You trust God's downloads. You trust the signs and the synchronicities that you get. And people don't like that you just see through their bullshit. You guys, at one point in your life, represented bullshit. You wanted to be liked. You wanted to feel accepted. You wanted to, as we've all been there, as whether we were children or teenagers or we just started dating, whatever it is, we've all been at certain points where we didn't feel attractive and attracted or attractive, and we wanted to feel accepted. We've all been there. And was, it's unfortunate that we stay there too long sometimes. Sometimes we really think like, oh my gosh, no one's ever gonna like me. No one's ever gonna love me. Da 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 da. Oh my gosh. Like, I've, I feel like everyone that dates has what they like. Okay? You guys could like mixed, exotic, white, black, Polynesian, Asian, whatever it is that you guys like. Okay, let's talk about love. Because that's where it really packs a punch when we're younger. When we're not accepted by our crushes or we're not accepted by the people that we like. Because we think that there's something wrong with us. We're like, oh my gosh, it's because I'm mixed, or it's because I'm white, or it's because I'm this, or it's because I'm that. And we really start breaking ourselves down and we start looking at others like, well, what does Susie have that like I don't have? Like, I don't get it. You guys are so far from that person or that child or that teenager, and you really just know who the F you are. You're like, shots fired. I know who I am. I don't need everyone to be attracted to me. You know, when we're young, we're like girl crazy or boy crazy, and now we're just like, we don't even want the crazy around us. We don't even want the crazy around us. We're just like, stop. Okay, stop. You can't keep them off of you because you don't care. That, give me that validation, that going towards whatever you like and it rejecting you. You don't even walk towards it anymore. You got people walking towards you because the energy is shifted and you've called back your power. A lot of us are ugly ducklings. We're not ugly no more, okay? And we could have been bullied as children or pushed around in our families, thinking that we were just never going to be cute enough or pretty enough or handsome enough or accepted. And we are breaking through those barriers by calling back our power, putting our faith in God, putting our faith in our higher power, and evolving, being receptive to information, and refusing poverty, refusing the title or the box that people try to put us in. And whatever handcuffs you guys felt like were on you, you are seeing that it's going to serve a higher purpose for this quantum leap. If I didn't have that last relapse, I probably wouldn't be right here right now. I'd probably be dead. Or I don't even know, because I needed that time in jail to sort out what I was going to do with my life. And I had to go through a whole bunch of years thinking in jail, okay, well, that didn't work, and that didn't work, and this didn't work, and when am I going to learn? And, you know, there could have been some people that thought when I got out that it wasn't going to stick, I wasn't going to stay clean. And, I mean, good on them. They probably still praying for my downfall. But I don't care, because they're not a part of my life anymore. You're going to attract the people that are meant to be in your life. The people that you have to fight tooth and nail to be in your life, to accept you, to love you unconditionally without strings. They aren't worth it. I would send them on their way. Send them with a prayer. Wish you well. That was fun. Okay, or wasn't? Like, I'm good. So again, those that are trying to spy on you, it's real. And it's everywhere because you're so intriguing right now. Now, some of these people that are your peers, they don't realize that you're so private right now because of what you're going through. They might be able to tell that you're hiding a little bit, but you hide it well. Okay, when you are going through the spiritual umbrella of effery, you hide it well, that, you've made the mistakes of telling the wrong people and then being so happy. Like, oh my gosh, they're going through some stuff. Like, I'm so happy. Because they're sick. They're literally sick. And you guys are just seeing, like, I need to be quiet. I need to only tell people what I'm going through that I trust. And so anyone that is watching you, and they're watching you, they're getting readings on you, they're paying people, they're asking people. While they're doing that, any little tidbit they find is like an addiction. Okay, it's like, oh my gosh, I found out that Susie and Michael, they're having issues. Oh my gosh. And then everyone's mind starts to wander as they tell this salacious bone, and so on and so forth. It's like when, and we've all done this, okay? And it might even make some of us feel bad for doing this. You know, when you've had like that ex-friend, you guys had a nasty bestie breakup, you had a nasty, breakup with your ex, and we want to know how they're doing, okay? We want to know how they're doing, what they're doing, so we get a reading done, or we don't do a million pick of cards, or we check their social media 50 million times, or we count their Snapchats, or whatever it is. We've all been there where we're like, I want to know what they're doing. What are they doing? So we've can understand like the nosiness, but us also never taking it that far. And it will also help put into perspective why you don't want to spy into people illegally, because you don't like being spied into illegally. Okay? Like, I stopped doing personal readings because there were so many love readings about what this person's doing, what that person's doing. And I'm like, this is a lot. This is going to totally zap me before I can even go on my platforms. So I did it for a little while, and then I stopped. And you guys are just seeing, like, whatever they're doing, they're doing. And that is the art of you detaching. That is the art of you detaching and letting what does belong in your life come towards you. And it sucks when we're, oh my gosh, Johnny left me. I really want to know, like, is he talking to somebody else? Is he taking pictures with somebody else? Like, we've all had that, like, one love that we're like, what are they doing? And, before we even had social media, we were just straight crazy. We drove by their house. We pulled up to the places that they would go. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have social media. We weren't like, ooh, I wonder how many snaps they've got right now. I wonder what they're doing on Instagram. There was no Instagram. Like, you wanted to know how your ex was doing, you drove by their house. Okay? We pulled up on them. And, yeah, it's just, a lot of you guys have evolved since then. And now that you have all of this magnetic energy, you're not even realizing how attractive you are and how this quantum leap is already here. So this version of you that deals with the spiritual dun-dun-dun a certain way is dead and gone. Because your armor is getting stronger. Your shield is getting stronger. And you're like, oh my gosh, like, I freaking know what I'm kind of doing now. And that is going to feel good. Knowing that God has your back. Knowing that your prayers are working. Knowing that you're going to continue to have the faith. And you're only going to let people around you that belong to be in your presence is really showing you like, dang, my armor is strong. Dang, I do deserve to be here. Because the devil's going to try to trip you up and make you think every day of the week that God has abandoned you. God doesn't love you. God doesn't answer your prayers. And let me tell you something right now. When you pray, God doesn't just hear your prayers. The devil hears your prayers too. And there are, when we're praying to God, like, this and this and that, and thank you for that, and thank you for this, the devil is listening. The devil is sending out the spies, the agents, the chaos, all of the ish, because your purpose is real and it is important. Your love for God is real and it is important. Whether you consider yourself a protected child of God, a star messenger, a tarot reader, a chosen one, whatever it is, the devil's listening. So anyone else trying to spy and pry and all the things, may their spiritual eyes be blinded. May their spiritual ears be deaf. And I thank my favorite creators for helping me piece this together today, because it took me days to get it and practiced. Okay. And yeah, you guys were feeling like this. I can't help but complain. I don't know what's going on. It's never ending. I'm just so over it. And feeling just straight caged. Like, I deserve this pity party. I'm just going to throw it. And really, even though you were really trying to stop yourself, you were genuinely concerned. Like, and it's because the headaches that you were getting, the migraines that you were getting, the sniffles that you were getting, the congestion, the weird smells that you were smelling, the weird signs that you were seeing. As the high priestess, as the star, you were realizing you're not mentally ill. You're not mentally disturbed. Your mental is being messed with. I'm hearing an airplane in the distance. It's like they're always flying over your third eye in your head. You guys do a lot to protect your crown. Whether that's Advil or a weave, whatever it is, you guys are very protective of your crown. And all the cheat codes that you could possibly use for your shield, you will need in this battle. Okay, if you guys watch House of Dragons or Game of Thrones, it's kind of like they're getting these dragons ready for battle because they are very powerful weapons. Okay, I was going to say a word that would really explain it, but I don't like saying that word, and I don't want to, I'm not going to say it. So I'm going to speak around it. They are weapons of big destruction. You feel what I'm saying? And this is you guys realizing, all right, I need to get my shield ready. I need to get my dragons ready. I need to get my sword ready. Everything needs to be sharp and on point. You guys are going from ignoring your calling. You guys are going from doubt or lack of self-awareness for how attractive, how beautiful, how strong, how magnetic, how spiritual you really are, and how that glows and how it emanates. The self-loathing, the doubt, the ignoring your calling, that is dead and gone. That is dead and gone. Where you guys were skeptical, like, oh, maybe that's for the other person. Maybe that calling's not for me. I could have been like, maybe sobriety's for other people, and I'll probably just be back in jail in a month or two. You know what I mean? You guys were starting to gain this negative outlook when you normally do not have a negative outlook. And the thinking that you were starting to do was starting to take you a little bit backwards. You guys are tapping back into your positive outlook. You are seizing your opportunities. You are looking forward and you are getting excited. So affirm it below. I am ready for this quantum leap. I am excited for what lies ahead. I am excited for what lies ahead. Poverty is in your rear view. Scarcity is in your rear view. Because now you're learning more and more and more each and every day how to get out of being the victim, being confused, feeling defenseless, feeling targeted, feeling powerless, feeling like, oh, I'm never going to get the resources that I need. Feeling like you're always on this roundabout, like it's just always going the same direction, around and around and around and around. Realizing that you are big, you are bad, you are bold, you are gifted. And those that have tunnel vision on you will also go in a circle. Their compass will be broken. Their map will not work. Okay? Because you are blinding their spiritual eyes, the spies that are being sent your way, and you are going to make their spiritual ears deaf. And those of you that know you are the star, that know that you are the high priestess, you're going to be saying this ish all day long because so many people want to know about you. So many people want to know about you. Because you're so private nowadays. You're not accepting fake friends. You're not accepting frenemies. You're not accepting none of that. You're not accepting any of that. So you guys are going through a quantum leap where you are going to turn into a new person all over again. And this is why they can't find you. You have vanished. You are going to vanish because you're going to be on this other timeline that is unlike anything you've been doing lately. And as they're looking, searching, and sending all the spies that they have, they can't find the dimension that you're on. They cannot find the dimension that you're in. They cannot find what realm you're in. Because you are being rejuvenated. You are being reactivated. Okay, you are being rejuvenated. You are being reactivated. This change, you're moving like a thief in the night. You're gone. You've ghosted. You vanished. They're like, oh my gosh, where did they go? They wanted you sitting right where they left you. Right where they left you. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pay this bill. Oh my gosh, like I feel like Johnny's never going to answer the phone. Oh my gosh, I think my boss is going to fire me. I think I'm gaining weight. I don't know if I should buy those groceries. I don't know. I hope my car starts. That is where they fucking wanted you. Okay? When they go back to peep where you're at, you're not going to be sitting in that mother effing chair. No, you are not. Yeah. Sudden wealth. Sudden wealth. That is a part of your future. Sudden wealth. All the time. And that's something I think we slack on sometimes. We just think like maybe we get redundant or repetitive with like how we protect ourselves. But you guys are going to reinvent and can constantly change the game on how these shields are built. This is like Game of Thrones where they built that 700-foot wall. They didn't build that for nothing. Some people might think that they did. Like, why is that wall there? My dragons won't even go near it. That's because that's where the night walkers come out, okay? And death tries to get through that wall. Okay? Death tries to get through that wall. You are getting ready to build this 700-foot wall. They are not going to know where the frick you're at. They want death on your doorstep. Okay? They want you in the chair they left you in. Scared, shook, concerned, in fear, paranoid, paralyzed, tunnel vision. And you guys got up today, and you might have even started out a little bit funky, and then you said, you know what? I'm deciding to fight. I'm deciding to fight. Why am I sitting here moping and complaining and like, oh my gosh, I did it again? No, no, no. You guys are going to be realizing that some people have been being fake around you, so you're going to kind of back up from them. You're not going to be like overly nice. Okay, somebody needs to hear that. Because maybe you guys were not reconciling with somebody, but like having to work with someone again that you don't like working with, or having to speak to somebody again you don't like speaking to, or you guys had some type of falling out, or you guys have never been close. You're going to back up from that because those people are also trying to spy on you. It's almost like as you say these cheat codes and as you build the 700-foot wall, as you build this shield, as you get all this new armor, as you're saying these things out loud and speaking them with conviction, you're going to be realizing like what's around you and why you won't be able to be found. Like not even these people that actually see you will be able to actually see you. You feel me? We have just too toxic. You are realizing what is just too toxic in your life. There's that, I think it's a scripture, what God brings together, let no man like tear apart, or dang it, I forgot how it's said. Let no man breaketh what God puts to, I forget. But anyways, you guys know what I'm saying? It's like these people don't understand what God brings towards you. They can't just come in like do things. They can spy and poke and be the bone carrier, but they can't just like tear it apart. They really be trying it. And you're going to see this firsthand. For those of you guys in twin flame, soulmate, kingdom, whatever you name it, and you know it's love, you know it's of God, and you know it's real, you're going to see this amplified. As you guys see this, there could be bad days, there could be off days where you guys both feel beat down by the devil and just exhausted. I mean, life is exhausting enough. Then we got the spiritual stuff going on. As that's happening, you'll see where you guys could be exhausted. You try to contemplate, think, pray, regroup, and then you come right back together, stronger than ever. Even though you could have doubted it, you get your shield back on, you get your armor back on, and you're like, okay, wait. Man is trying to tear us apart. Devil energy is trying to tear us apart. But it hasn't happened yet. You are going to make these spies go in circles. You are going to start letting go and releasing and detaching from things that are just too toxic. You guys drop your scissors down below. The circle that you've been going around in, you're cutting yourself up out of that circle. You're cutting off anything toxic. And you're very aware of what that is right now. Anybody that has you in this do-it-all energy, that has you exhausted, suffering, you probably told them off this last week. Okay, you probably told them off, whether it was your kids, your person, your family, like I do it all, I pay all the bills, I clean the house, I feed everybody, like, and you guys got me all the way effed up. Because ain't no one appreciating nothing, and ain't no one alleviating anything, and ain't no one taking anything off of my plate. So riddle me what? You're all screwed. I'm going on vacation. And everyone's like, what? So I don't know how you're going to check these boos, but you checked them. And if they're meant to be, which some of them are, they're getting it together. Okay? They're getting it together. You guys are going to start seeing this militant type of change in your loved ones because you've had it. Okay? You're going through enough in the 3D, enough spiritually. And then you've got, family acting some type of way, friends acting some type of way. The loved ones that are supposed to stay in your life, they will wake up. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was doing that. I'm so sorry. Please let me fix it. Please forgive me. They will be asking you for forgiveness. They will be saying sorry. They will be truly humbled by the fact that you've either ignored them or you've been over here praying, fasting, whatever you guys have been doing, but it's working. It's working. Maybe you were just asking God, like, show me who's supposed to be in my life. It could have been as simple as that. And I don't know, it's like people around you that if they don't want to lose you and they are meant to be or destined or have a soul contract, like they got to get their together if they don't have it together. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing another airplane. What? It's about to go down. The eagle has landed. The macaroni is in the microwave. You are the event that is about to unfold. So affirm it below. Everything I want, everything God wants for me is about to unfold. How do you like me now? I like that. Okay? Everything that I want, everything that I desire, everything that God desires for me is about to unfold. How do you like me now? I have vanished. You can't find me. Different area codes, different zip codes. I'm gone. And people know that you're not, even though you might appear like you've been going like a thief in the night, they know that you don't flee. They know that you don't flee. It's not happening. That's awesome, Kyrie. A bike just passed by as we speak. Confirmation. Confirmation that this is your message. Robin, that's a big confirmation. 11:44. Yes, amen. There is someone here, you guys, that is trying to spy on an offering that you have coming in. I'm getting that you guys are going to be getting some really good news, and it's like you haven't really been able to see it clearly, but your enemies have. That's why they've been coming at you hard. Okay, you guys have a big offering, opportunity, a big blessing from God coming in. And one of the reasons why your enemies have been coming at you hard is you're either being brought like a soulmate, you're starting a family, growing your family, expanding your family. Something really solid is coming in for you, and it's big. It's not small. It is big. So, those that have been trying to monitor your future, this wealth that you're going to be tapping into, it's like obvious they know that good stuff is happening for you, but at the same time, for each and every one of you, your desires are different. Some of you guys just want to have good people in your life, have solid relationships, have good connections. Some of you guys just want to have positive thoughts or be a good spouse or be able to use your gifts or know your purpose. Some of you guys just want to be better with your children or have children. And the enemy has been hard at work to trip you up and make you think it's all your fault. Like, oh, you ate that, that's your fault. Oh, you broke that, that's your fault. Or oh, they left you, that's your fault. And it's a lot at once. I want you guys to understand how incredibly strong you are that you're even watching this live stream, that you're even receptive to it or taking it in, because it means that you have the will to still be here. It means that you have the will to carry on, that you have the will to fight. Thank you, Noreen. I love you. Everything you have predicted hits home. I look happy, but I hide all my pain. I don't look like all that I have experienced in my life. Amen. That is why people are so addicted to spying in your life. So like I told you guys before, they're so addicted to spying because you have learned through a lot of pain, full experiences, to not expose everything because they wouldn't believe it, or they would talk shit, embellish, or make it seem crazy. Like, you're not going to go up to op number 4 and say, yeah, today my dog passed away and my kids are just running amok. I might get divorced. Yeah. No. We have learned through trial and error to not do that. And so the way that we move, unfortunately, because there's so many ops around us, is we hide our pain very well. You know, there's a lot of times I get up on these live streams and I'm, a very private person to some extent. but I'm going through things. And a lot of you guys that know me well, you can tell when I'm going through things. And when I'm, because I'll be crying in the live stream, like, oh my gosh, like, I'm very emotional. A lot of us are very emotional. We're empaths. But at the same time, we need to lean on God. We need to lean on the people that love us and just understand the reason why there's so much spying and there's so much intrigue is because maybe you used to be an open book. I know I used to be. I used to tell the freaking cashier at the grocery store my life story. Okay, I used to be like, this is what's going on in my life today. And like, I don't do that anymore. Hi, how are you? Goodbye. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, I didn't know. This was way before my spiritual awakening. So, like, I didn't know. I was just like, thought I was friendly. I'm a Leo. I don't know. Now I'm just like, like, you know what I mean? They're like, what's going on with you? I'm like, nothing. What's going on with you? Like, and at work, forget about it. Forget about it. At work, nothing. Nothing. Crickets. Okay? I will have 3 rebuttals before I will tell you shit. Like, literally. And it's not because I don't want to share, it's because you cannot. Like, I'm in certain environments, and I know you guys can relate. I am in certain environments where if I tell one thing, that one thing is going to turn into all of this overnight. What do I need that for? I don't need, those aren't my people. Those aren't my friends. And maybe at one point you guys wanted to be friends with these people. At one point I wanted to be friends with the people that I worked with. Long time ago, because I've been there forever. But, a long time ago, I wanted to be accepted so bad. I was like, and this is before my spiritual awakening again, I was just like, I just want them to like me. And I was just like over generous and like always apologizing and just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, and they like totally bumped into me and I like, what girl, what? But I used to be like that, just very like, doormatty coming out of my addiction, just trying to be kind and more compassionate and just, opposite day every day of the week. And with that came bullying and me having to learn how to stand up for myself, but against large groups and against those that are always spying and prying into my life. And now I'm just can't even find one fuck to give in the sky. Like, I don't care if they make up stories. I don't care if they think they know something. Like, I don't care. I know they all talk about me. So I don't care. They talk about me as soon as my back is turned. And I'm fine with it because I know who I am now. And I'm no longer that person from, almost 10 years ago that was like, please like me. Please be my friend. No. I'm good. I'm really good. The toil and labor teaches us that. Okay? There were times where I went through things, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about. There were times where I went through things, and it was used against me. I had a family member die, it was used against me. Lost 2 dogs, it was used against me. So I learned through the first couple of years, none of their business. None. Not telling them anything. Why? Literally, I mean, it blew up in their face when they used it against me, but it hurt. It hurt. Like, I'm literally losing a loved one right now, and you want to start some issues with me, and I'm supposed to not choose violence today? I need to walk away. Like, it was just, why do I want to be accepted by these people? What? I would never treat someone that way. Never. I had people try to steal from me when I was like grieving the loss of It's always when I'm grieving the loss of a loved one that someone in the 3D thinks that they're slick. And the amount of judgment that comes down upon them the minute they think they're slick. I had some people try to steal from me while I was grieving the loss of a family member. They not only went to jail, they lost their home. Okay. They not only went to jail, they lost their home. Their whole family got separated. Ran into one of them at the grocery store a couple years ago. They wouldn't even look at me. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. And another person tried to steal from me when I was grieving the loss of a loved one. I mean, they really tried it. They tried me at work. They tried me with a higher up, trying to get me in trouble for things and trying to like basically get me demoted while I was dealing with a family death. They'll never look at me the same again. Because I got rectified without me lifting a finger. So know that you are allowed to have your privacy. Feel good about being detached from not wanting to be accepted by certain people. Okay? Yeah, we have house. People want to know. They want to know so bad. How do you run your house? You know? I literally got rid of a hairdresser, okay? A hairdresser that I had forever, okay? Got rid of a hairdresser because I couldn't trust her. I had people at my toxic job, right, that wanted to go get their hair done by her, knowing damn well they've been an arch nemesis for years. Literally op number 1 and 2. Thinking like, oh, I'm not going to ask Brittany for her stylist. I'm just going to go see her stylist and see if the stylist will give me information about her. Interrogated her for hours. And something told me that she didn't just keep her mouth shut. And that's okay. But I'm going to be very careful of who I surround myself with. Okay? I try to tell the stylist, like, the person that you're saying, oh, they're not that bad. I did their hair color. They're really nice. When I've known them for 8 years and you've known them for 2 seconds, and I'm somewhat intuitive, and I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with that. Do not tell them about my personal life. Don't try to play me. She was like, oh, I would never tell her about your life. I know how private you are. But I just want you to know that she wanted to know about how you make money, how much money you make, how your marriage is, how you run your household, and like why you look like you got it like that. I was like, So she interrogated you for 2 hours while you were doing her hair color. And what did you say? Oh, I just told her that she should just ask you. I was like, oh, what did she say? Oh, she just said, oh, we're not friends like that anymore. Because like, I said something to her and she went the fuck off on me. Yeah, I went the F off on you. I'm like, yeah, I went off on you. So this girl had been, we weren't friends, but we were like acquaintances at work. And I left this job for a couple of months to be with family. When I went back to this job, she was like, me and my friends, we're not happy that you're back. And I said, oh my gosh. And I'll remember, like, I had been gone a couple months and I'd been going through losing everything, spiritual awakening. I had to start from zero. So it was good that I wasn't at that job while my whole life was being upheavaled. I actually probably would have lost that job because my life was being upheavaled. I wouldn't have been able to handle both. And so I come back a completely different person. So me before, I was so like, oh my gosh, be my friend. I would love it if you were my friend. I used to be like that. And then when I came back, I was a completely different person. So for 3 years, they knew one version, which was Brittany's nice and we could play her and because she just, she wants to be friends with us. And I came back and they thought like they could just talk to me any type of way and say, Yeah, so we've been talking about it and we're not thrilled that you're back. And I was like, oh my gosh, guess what? I don't give a fuck. They were like, what? I was like, yeah, I don't care. They were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I know that you guys are mad that you might be losing out on some hours because I'm back, but I'm back because the house is getting cleaned, okay? The house is getting cleaned, and if you guys were doing your job, I wouldn't be back. There wouldn't be hours to be had. So if you have a problem with me being here, you really need to take it to the man upstairs, the boss, the owner, because I don't answer to you. So the management that we used to have from before, they don't exist anymore. Okay? So you don't have anybody to hide behind. And go tell your friends over there that I don't answer to you. Literally, that used to be my it's Britney bitch. That was my ringtone for so long. That was my ringtone for so long. Message of concern. Oh my gosh, look guys, message of concern. She was literally like so sick, like literally thought like, oh, we're gonna hurt her feelings. She thinks that she's gonna come take our hours and that she's just gonna come back and be the little pet. Yeah, I am the pet. Riddle me what? I got treated like crap for 3 years at this job with other management. And now they're gone. And you'll be gone too. So you should really watch yourself. Yeah. Like these girls were so mad, because I had made that quantum leap. It was not the same person. Old me would have been like, why? What's wrong? Why are you guys so rude? Like, I don't understand. Old me probably would have cried in front of them. Like, I probably would have said something like not nice and then immediately like reneged on that statement and been like, or would have tried to like retract it. Like, I mean, I'm so sorry. I'm just having a really bad day and I don't know why I just like flipped out on you. Like, that's what old me would have done. Because I don't like confrontation at work. New me is ready to play. And I don't give a fuck about confrontation at work. Okay? My husband taught me that. Okay? He's like, babe, sometimes being hated, it's a journey. Okay? It's okay. It's okay not to be liked by everybody. And he would always tell me that. And I was like, okay, I get it. It's cool to be hated. Ugh. Like, I don't want to be the villain everywhere I go. And he's like, no, you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Like, it's fine to be hated. And I never truly got that until I went through my spiritual awakening. Then I went back to this job and I was like, it's Brady, bitch. New me, who this? Who you? Don't talk to me. Better talk to me nice. Like, my comeback tour is also my clapback tour. So, there's that. And I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know how I was getting there when I got back to this job. I just knew I'm standing up for myself. Because before, I would get in trouble for things that these girls did. And I didn't know that I was like getting all the blame, but I was getting the blame somehow. Like they would get bad reviews and the bad reviews would get blamed on me. Like, oh no, it wasn't us that did that. It was Brittany that did that. And I was like, what? I didn't do that. And so when I came back and I thought, okay, clean slate. Let's wipe that slate clean. They didn't want to do that. So I was like, oh, y'all choose violence today. Okay. Y'all choose judgment from God. Okay. We're not friends anymore. So that girl trying to steal my hairdresser, like, and then trying to get information and pushing and spying and monitoring and pulling and asking, like, well, we're not friends like that anymore, so I can't just ask her. So you're literally saying like you're being a whole troll. You got no shame in your troll game. So it just showed me about her character. It showed me about my stylist character. And I was like, you know what? Because after that, ooh, story time. Gather around, guys. Okay. So after that happened, where she went to my stylist behind my back, never said, oh, girl, I like your hair so much. Tell me who does your hair. Never that. Went to this stylist behind my back. Not only did that, but interrogated her for hours. 4 hours. She's on OnlyFans, huh? What does she do on there? She's on there, huh? Like she's gotta be. Is her husband okay with it? Like all kinds of shit. As that's happening, my alleged friend, stylist of years, is like, girl, I don't think she's that bad of a person. I'm like, what? Who? So she starts hanging out with her. My stylist starts hanging out with her, drinking with her, partying with her, going to visit her while she's bartending. I decide while that stylist leaves for vacation, like, I'm done. Okay. I'm done with the cancellations. I'm done with the flip-flopping. I'm done with the wishy-washy. And this arch nemesis-ish tops the cake. Now we're done. Right? She goes to her job, and because I bartend, we all work at different stores. We don't all work together. There's many umbrellas. There's many businesses. And so it's nice that, like, we don't have to work with all the girls that we hate. We can kind of, like, move around. And so this girl's working at a location that I don't work at anymore. And since has been moved. But anyways, the hairdresser would go and visit her and go drink there. And so then that girl started drinking on the job because my hairstylist was there. So they're drinking. One's on the clock. One's just gotten off the clock. My hairdresser's just gotten off the clock, and this one's on the clock drinking. Yeah. Not even 3 weeks after I had let this stylist go, she gets that girl fired. That girl had been with this company 9 years. And only 3 weeks into me leaving this stylist, that girl, arch nemesis number 1 at work, lost her job. Lost her job for overpouring, overcharging people, drinking on the job, and being inappropriate at work or whatever the hell. Like, so that was very, like, I felt, okay, I did the right thing because I really struggled with that decision. When I start working with somebody or collaborating with somebody, whether it's for content or whatever type of business we're doing together, they become like family to me. So this person was like family to me. And it was heartbreaking to know that some of the people I had introduced her to, she was talking crap about me to. So as soon as I had let her go, my last girl's like, hey, a week after you introduced me to your hair girl and then you fired her, she was saying some like not nice stuff about you. And I was like, what'd she say? So then she tells me, and I'm like through the roof, because one thing for whatever certain, you don't talk about my fucking family unless you absolutely want to lose your head. Like, talk about me, you don't like me, you got a problem with me, don't talk about my family. And that's what she was doing. And I'm like, okay. If you are talking to a girl I just introduced you to a week ago, and you're saying mean things about me, you didn't say anything mean about me to aunt number 1 who was interrogating you and you were hanging out with them, but I just introduced you to this last girl a week ago, and now you're going to her. And you're saying things like she's not going to tell. You're on my turf. She's not going to. What? I can't. I literally can't. So even though it really pained me to take out those scissors, as it did, even though my husband had been telling me to do it, he's like, I just don't think I don't know. I don't want to tell you to be friends with, but I don't think she's a friend to you. And I was like, no, you don't know, like, when we're, like, trying to when we're trying to, like, defend our busted-ass friends, we're just like, no, you don't know them like that. Like, they're a good friend to me. Because we're like, they're a good friend. Freaking A, they need to be like a good friend. They need to start acting like a good friend. And deep down, because I don't like admitting when I've made it a busted-ass choice with a friend. I feel like everyone's in our life for a reason and a season, but deep down, I kind of knew. but I just really didn't want to. I wanted to be in Delulu land. Like, no. Like, and sometimes you gotta do what, like, that at the time was, I thought was a good friend. I thought was doing right by me. And also, sometimes we're with people and we just don't know any better yet. So when I was with her, I thought, oh my gosh, she's doing right by me. She's always taking care of me. She's always going above and beyond. She's always hooking me up. Da 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 da. Come to find out, because I wasn't, I'm not a stylist, okay? I come to find out when I have to start going to see other people that, like, she wasn't taking care of me. She actually wasn't doing right by me. That really hurt me. That really hurt me. She was actually damaging my hair. She was actually rushing the process of when we would go blonde. Like, she would try to do so much blonde in a short amount of time with high developer, high heat. And she would try to, like, for those of you that are stylists, okay, that have your cosmetology license, you probably know you're not going to turn anyone blonde with like 10 foils in an hour and a half. And that's what she was doing. And I felt like, I don't know, I think part of it's from when I was a child. I was done so dirty by my mother, just never wanting to brush my hair, just throwing me in the bathtub, just being so mean, hosing me down like a dog as a child, that I thought anyone that's nice to me, cosmetology wise, like, I just, like, kind of clung to them. Like, they care about me, like, they're not mean to me like my mom was. Like, subconsciously, like, we'd be thinking like that. Come to find out when I go to somebody else that, like, oh my gosh, I was actually being taken for a hell of a ride. And how they probably made it right in their head was they charged me less. So I thought, like, oh my gosh, they're saving me money. They're taking care of me. Like, they're a good friend to me. Because that's, like, how I would do my friends. Like, I would take care of them and, try to hook them up. That shit hurt so bad. Like, it was hard to let go of. And I had to one day just switch beast mode on. So a lot of things had been leading up to that point. For a whole year, she would cancel on me, like the day of, or like when I would be driving there. And I literally gave her text tone, a specific ringtone, so I would know in the morning when my phone would go off if that was her or not, canceling an appointment. Even my husband would know when that ringtone would go off. Oh, she's canceling on you. Yeah, she's canceling on you. Like, he shouldn't even realize that. That's what's happening. And so for a year, he was like, he would see me crying because I would be literally get the car all loaded up to drive across town to go see her, and she'd be canceling on me while I'm driving there or while I'm loading the car, while I'm brushing my teeth. And it was just like, what? Who does that? And so after a year of that, her, getting hurt from drinking and being a mess and just taking time off and not being responsible. She'd be responsible for a couple months and then she wouldn't be responsible. And I was just always on this roller coaster ride with her. But I had this loyalty to her. And I just, as I started to see her hanging out with arch nemesis number one, and like things just started, she disappeared on me again, canceled on me, but I caught her at work. Yeah. I had to go see somebody in the same building because she'd canceled on me like 3 times in a row before she was leaving to go out of town. And I caught her at work, working on other clients, when I'm like, was her number one client that supported, marketed, advertised, like would do anything that she, like, what? Caught her at work the day that she had canceled me, and she saw me and I saw her. And then she popped her head in like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so sorry I couldn't get you in today. And it's like, you didn't try to get me in today. Have a nice vacation. Like, what? What? So you guys are seeing, like, I'm gonna protect my house. I'm gonna protect my wealth. I'm gonna protect what I've got going on. I'm the star. And intimacy healing. Oh my gosh, I love this. Sometimes we don't know any better yet. Like when I was going to her, I didn't know any better. I just thought, well, this is a lot better than how my mom treated me. You know, when mom's like, they grab the brush and they're like brushing their hair and they're just throwing them around. Like that's how my mom was with me. She was very not nice. Okay. And just was always just pulling and making me feel bad and just like, oh, you're hurting or you're ill or you know you have a cold, it's because you're dirty. Like anything that was wrong, it was because you're dirty. And so I always just felt like I'm not good enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm not clean enough, I just would just beat the shit out of myself all the time growing up. So I get older and I start, evolving and I'm like, I want to take better care of my hair. I want to take better care of myself. But like nobody ever taught me how to do that stuff. Like because my mom didn't teach me how to do that stuff. And so I just was like winging it. I was literally winging it for like, I don't know how long. And so when I met certain people, I thought, okay, they can help me become this better version. And it's okay if these people are only in your life temporary. Feel even better when you let go of them and you know you're supposed to. Okay, feel even better when you let go of them and you're supposed to because your intimacy is healing. Your intimacy is healing. Like this took me I mean, I'm not even gonna lie, this fucked me up. Like the thing with the stylist and my mom, that stuff fucked me up for a long time. I started going to other stylists and I was just like, I felt like this whipped dog. Like, what are they going to do to me? They're going to try to rip me off. They're going to fuck my hair up. Like, I'm out. I'm just going to leave. Like, I would just like cry in my car. Like, can't fucking trust anybody. Like, I'm just so over this shit. And because when you know that you're a star, you get tired of people messing with you. You get tired of not being able to trust people. You get tired of like not knowing like how long is it going to be before they start becoming jealous or envious and then we can't be friends anymore. You guys are most likely the type of person that invoke two types of feelings in people. They either are fiercely loyal and fiercely protective or you know, they can't be bothered. And something I learned is sometimes when people are acting fiercely loyal, they're fiercely fraudulent. Okay? Sometimes when people are acting fiercely loyal, they could be acting truly fiercely fraudulent. That is a very hard lesson that I had to learn. So I had to tell all the new people that I had to start going to, because I fired a bunch of people last year, not just her. And I had to start going to new people, and I was like, I'm all fucked up. I'm like literally all messed up. Like, I just letting you know, I've been effed over. I don't really trust people right now. You just need to give me time. Like, I need to warm up to you. Like, I'm just letting you know where I'm at. If you just see me just staring off into space, like I'm thinking, okay, I'm not like pissed off. I've got like resting sad face. I'm not about to cry. You didn't step on my dog. I'm thinking, okay? Thinking about like, what am I doing with my life? Should I continue to sit in this chair? But you guys just know that you're gonna get there. You're getting there. And you're being honest with yourself about intimacy that's not healed and intimacy that you're going to heal. Like when we get effed over by that ex, and then we feel like the next person pays for that. And we're like, proceed with caution. I'm all effed up. Okay? All effed up. Like, just be careful, because I'm a little crazy. Just a little bit. I love my nail tech so much. He's the only person I have had for years. They tried to write you out of family history. Okay. Some of the spies that you guys are dealing with are in your family. And if this is the case, this is because you guys have cut them off. Okay, if this is the case, this is because you guys have cut them off. Oh, I forgot to say this in the intro. It's a little late now, but I'm going to say it anyways. If you guys are on Patreon, you guys have a message of the tea that you need right now, what the is going on. Okay, because it's Wifey's Choice all month long. So something that will be posted for you guys in the next 48 hours. I know I'm behind. I've had a lot of family stuff going on, personal stuff going on, family birthday stuff going on, and then we had like father. There's just a bunch of things going on. So I'm a little bit behind, but I didn't forget. I'm never going to forget about any of my platforms. Just know that we're not on a schedule, but in the next 48 hours, you guys will have what the is going on, the tea that you need right now. So be looking for that notification. So they're trying to write you out of family history. I'm feeling strongly like this is a mother or a sister. Maybe for some of you, a brother. But I'm getting strongly like, I mean, they could just have toxic masculine energy, but still be feminine. Whatever the case, I'm getting strongly that you guys have a sister or a mother that they're trying to like write you out of the history. Like you didn't exist. Like you ain't in this family tree, but you is. I cannot. I cannot. Wow. Wow. You guys have toxic family members and you ever like catch yourself sounding like them and you're like, oh, I just yelled like my mom. Like, let's not. Let's not. Okay. Sometimes we will catch ourselves, at least we're catching ourselves doing it, and we're trying to fix it or rectify it. So like something that I tried to heal from, healing a family wound to end certain hardships. Some of the ways in which I would suffer is thinking that if I sat down, I was lazy. Okay? So my mom would always be like, you have to do this. I have a list. Like she would literally put like 3 lists on the cabinet. Like 3 lists. Oh, did you get that list done? There's a second one. Oh, did you get that list done? There's another one. And so I always thought like, I literally like have lists everywhere all over my house. And so I'm trying to like always remember that I do not have to give myself all of the toil and labor. I can relax. But I have that like, I have to rebuild my subconscious to know if I sit down, I'm not lazy. Do you know what I mean? Thinking that you always have to be busy or there always has to be chaos or drama or whatever. And so what you're doing is you're realizing, I understand who I am and I'm going to forgive them or I'm going to move on or I'm going to pray for them, but they're not rewriting me out of the family history. I don't care. Even though you know they're trying to do that because they're on a smear campaign, whoever's trying to write you out of the family history, you know that God's going to provide. You know that God's going to handle that. God's going to take care of that. They can wish all they want that you didn't have a birthday and that you're not around and whatever, what have you, but God will set the record straight. Okay? Affirm that below. God will set the record straight. The divine will set the record straight. Justice will set the record straight. The universe will set the record straight. So they can just sit down because you don't care that they're trying to write you out of family history. If anything, you are learning more about your family history and you're bringing that into your life. Like you're bringing that culture, the roots, all the good things like about your family history, you are learning how to appreciate. And I love that. I love that for you guys. Whether that's how you were raised or part of your ethnicity or your culture, whatever it is, you're taking all of the good things and you're bringing that towards you. Like sometimes it's hard for me because I have a lot of, I'm part Hawaiian. I'm like mostly Hawaiian and African American. And then the rest like Asian. But it's hard for me sometimes to like want to have the spirit of aloha because my mom was so abusive and like, but she's Hawaiian. And then everybody that's like, she learned all of that from is all over the islands in Hawaii. So it's hard. Like, I want to take all the good things from that side of my family, but it is taking me years to do that. I would only take like bits and pieces, and I just was very like, nah, because it just reminded me of her. And now I've learned to switch gears and appreciate it without really even tying her to it. And I love that. So we have, you guys are caring less and less about other people's perception. For instance, I have so much family in Hawaii. That's all my mom's family. And so for so long, I was like, I'm never going out there. I'm never going out there. I'm never going out there. Because then I would have to explain to all of them, hundreds and hundreds of family members, why I was out here and didn't say hi to nobody. And now I don't give up. I'm looking up in the sky. There's none to give. No F's to give. If I want to go out there and visit, if I want to ride a pony, if I just want to go on an airplane and circle around an island, if I want to go on a cruise and just, I'm not going to feel obligated to say hi to anybody that's got me all the way effed up. That doesn't care about me anyways. That try to rewrite me out of family. I don't care. And plus, these people on a spy, these are people that also try to take you the F out. All of these people try to take you the F out. They all had a part in it. I literally was talking to family members out there, and I thought, oh my gosh, like, even though I'm zero contact with all these other family members, like, they care about me. Oh my gosh, they're reaching out. No, they were spying. And my husband was like, give them the benefit of the doubt. And I did. And I ended up hurt. I'm so glad that I tried. I don't regret doing it because, I mean, if I didn't at least try, I wouldn't know. And then I would be like, oh my gosh, Brittany, why are you so hard-headed? Why didn't you just like let them in? What if something happens to them and then you didn't let them in and then you're going to regret that the rest of your life? At least I don't have that on my hands. At least I tried, and all they wanted was information. All they wanted was information to carry it back. And so all of them have had a part in trying to take me the F out. It's not happening. It is not happening. And they know that I've had it rough. I've had it different than all my other siblings. I had a much different childhood than all my siblings. It's life, enemies, family members have tried to take me the F out, and I have vanished. They can't find me. And even if they see me, they won't know me. You feel me? That part of me is dead and gone. And there's a part of you guys that dies like every so often. Okay, so for example, just in December, not even 6 months ago, that version of me before this leap would have been like, oh, if I go to Hawaii, I gotta say hi to Auntie so-and-so. I gotta go see all my cousins. I gotta go to like 5 different islands. I can't piss nobody off. No. The quantum leap, the person that, I don't care. And for so many years, I did care. I was like, oh, I would never disrespect my elders. I'll go out there and at least say hi and I didn't want to do that. I never wanted to do that, but I was going to do that if I went out there. New me, as of 3 months ago, is like, you know what? If I want to go out there, I will go. I will go. They don't know me like that. Okay? I'm not 10. I'm not 5 anymore. They can't push me around and make me feel all concerned and sad and shit. No. Because it used to be like that. Okay? It used to be like that. So I just thought, oh, I owe it to them when they ask me a question. They are my elders. I tell them what's going on. I kept telling my husband, I was like, I don't like how I'm being interrogated. But I'm going to go with it. And I hope they prove me wrong. Right? I'm like, but they're all of a sudden out of the blue wanting to know about my life. And for so many years, never texted, never cared. And so I was just looking at all these red flags and I was like, I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm just going to wait. And sure as crap, it happened. Who gets ghosted by their elders in the middle of talking? That's what I'm talking about. So you're caring less and less. Like after that happened and I had time to marinate on it, I was like, you know what? Why do I care so much about their perception of me? And it was because my immediate family had been on a smear campaign for so long that I wanted to prove to them I'm not this piece of shit that they say that I am. And I deserve to be here. But I had to realize I don't need to prove myself to them. If they believe, my immediate family, that I'm just so awful to them because I won't let them treat me like a trash can or make me their karmic chew toy, I don't need to prove that to them and they don't need to be in my life anyways. Okay, they don't need to be in my life anyways. And they would always like make me re-explain why we were all not talking. I'm like, why do I have to keep explaining this? Like, we all know the story. Like, we all know the story. Like, I don't need to keep explaining why we don't talk. But tell me why you don't like your mom again. Like, tell me why. I'm like, my husband's like, just be nice. My husband, be nice. Just answer. Yeah. Like, no. I don't fucking want to. Okay? Like, F that. F that. I felt so used. Heal a family wound to end certain hardships. This is what you guys are doing. This is what the devil's trying to stop. Yep. Wow. Stability is being removed from your enemies. So like I told you guys before, arch nemesis number 1 at work had been arch nemesis for 8 years. Thought, I'm going to go to her hairstylist and she's going to spill all the tea. Give me all Britney's secrets. Yeah. I'm going to know all of that. Like, that girl lost her job 3 weeks later. And I'm not saying that to celebrate. Okay, I'm just trying to give you guys an example. I was shook. Because I was like, dang, she's a mom of 3. Like, what did she do? Like, I've lost jobs before. So I would never, even if she's arch nemesis, like I'm a very forgiving person. Like, I didn't have all this open hate for her. I was just like, girl, mind your business. Stop being nosy, you know? And I was literally shocked. Stability is being removed from your enemies. I was like, whoa. I immediately was like, oh my gosh, her husband's going to flip out on her because she's always been the breadwinner. Her husband's going to flip out on her. So I was worried about her. Like, that's not good. And then I thought, oh my gosh, she's got 3 kids. Like, she's going to go nuts. Like, I felt bad for her because I've been without. And I don't wish that for anybody. But girl, why couldn't you just stay in your lane? You know what I mean? Why couldn't you just stay in your lane? Why do you guys all think that you're going to get away with conspiring? It's not going to happen. It really isn't. And we are so compassionate and so, we show so much empathy. We're just like, when they actually get sorted out, when your enemies that you know in the 3D actually get sorted out, you're like, oh, shit. You're not like, whoa, they're freaking gone. I'm going to get promoted. Ain't none of us doing that. Truly, we're like, that did not just happen. It took me a week to wrap my brain around the fact that she was gone. I had worked with her that long. I mean, 8 years is a long time. Almost 9 years to work with somebody. So my hairdresser trying to tell me I know her better than you. I think she's a great person. I'm like, I'm not going to tell you who to be friends with, but you can find out for yourself. You can find out for yourself. Hi, Virginia. So the stability is being removed. These people that try to take you to the F out, when it goes down, because remember, it's about to go down. When it goes down in the valley, that's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. So a lot of these people are jealous about the love that God has for you, the love that a community has for you, the love that your person has for you. There's something about love here and about you having a certain fairy tale that people want. And you could be thinking, oh, I don't have a fairy tale. Nobody cares about what's going on with me. People are watching you. That's why they're spying. These spies that try to take you the F out, they're mad because this version of you that they liked playing with is dead and gone. Dead and gone. How many of you guys watched House of Dragons last night? Wow, it was like Rhaenyra said one sentence. I was like, it's getting crazy. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Yes, it was lit. Your voice is amplifying. Your voice is amplifying. I love this. So I'm trying to think of an example. You know, when you have somebody, it could be like a car salesman, it could be your pest control guy, it could literally be anything where you're dealing with somebody that's like a little bit pushy. You know what I mean? And they're nice, but they don't really listen to you. They kind of just like do their own thing, and you kind of just don't want to fight with them, so you just kind of like let them do their thing because it's not really harming anybody, but it definitely is annoying you. It's like you just having to yell and say, no, we're not doing that. And they're like, what? Oh yeah, we don't have to do that. It's like you have to get like, do you know what I mean? I literally had this happen the other day. I had people over, and I'm like OCD about certain things. And like, if that's my workstation or if that's where like hygiene stuff goes, don't just be putting random stuff wherever. Like, I don't know. And so there was something that shouldn't have been near hygiene products. And I'm like, what are we doing with this? This person never listens. They never listen. They're just like, let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. And I'm like, hey, get that off the table. Oh, yeah. What? Cannot. I hate when that card pops up. But, like, of course it's here. Of course it's here. Spell work and magic. And you know when it's like, say you have like a rule about like no shoes. And then you have those family members that are just like, I'm going to wear my shoes all throughout your house. And you're like, what are you doing though? Stop. Do we have to have a whole fight? Or do I have to like take you back outside? It's kind of like that. Your voice is amplifying. You guys see through people. So remember, oh wow. You guys look what's on the other side. Wow. We have you see through people on one side. We were just talking about spiritual eyes. You hear everything. Spiritual ears. So remember, the cheat code that I gave you guys in the beginning of the live stream was things that you can say to take out the spies, the intuitives, whoever is being sent to get information on you, to smear, to amplify, to speak on, or to figure out your past, your present, your future. So for sight, anyone trying to spy on me illegally, okay, I got this from one of my favorite creators. Anyone trying to spy on me illegally, may their spiritual eyes be blind. May their spiritual eyes be blinded. In the name of Jesus Christ, or however you guys want to say it. Okay, whoever is illegally trying to spy, pry into your past, your present, your future, your stability, your relationships, your love life, your finances, anything. Get as specific as you want. May their spiritual eyes be blind. Anytime they're trying to tap into, pry into you, because you got a lot of spies. You hear everything. May anyone trying to listen into your past, your present, your future, your relationships, your finances, may their spiritual ears be deaf. Okay? In the mighty name of Jesus Christ, may their spiritual ears be deaf. May their spiritual eyes be blind. The end. You guys are built, or you're rebuilding that shield. And all of that concern that you had, the complaining, the pity, the loathing, the sadness, you're like, no. It's like sitting in that jail cell, right? You're like, okay, well, this has been great, but it's time for me to vanish. Your curtain call. You guys will be appreciated for the quantum leaps. It's part of your testimony. Every time you vanish, it's because you're moving into different dimensions, different realms. They can't find you. That's part of your protection. Always reinventing yourself. You are deciding when you get serious with God, with the divine, with the universe, when you get serious to just be done with it. So again, I told you guys about addiction, and I had to decide, like, okay, well, jail is not that fun. I've been here way too many times. I'm lucky that I'm not going to be here longer. So what am I going to do? Am I going to keep doing this? Am I going to keep relapsing and doing this? Or am I going to change my life around? And anybody that knows me from then and knows me still, or still gets to be in my life, they know that I'm a completely different person. They're like, what happened to you in there? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you are not the same person. Because I was mean. In my addiction, I was really mean. I had a lot of pain that I was numbing, a lot of neglect and abandonment that I was numbing. There were so many things that I hadn't accepted in my life, that I was like, I'm going to start working on these things. Then I got serious about that. But everyone was like, what happened to you in there? Like, you're so different. Like, and that's why when your exes run into you and they see this new version, when all the old people in your life run into you, they're like, what happened? You're like, who are you? Okay, you guys aren't really saying that, but they're just like, what happened? Okay, blink twice if you're still Brittany. You're like, they're just like, what happened though? Like, you are not the same. You are not the same. Who is this? And it doesn't matter who it is, because back then you didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Now you're all on me. You didn't want to make me feel valid. You didn't want to make me feel wanted. You didn't, like, who cares who I am now? Who cares? Because I'm not yours. That's what they don't get. This is how you guys vanish. So you guys vanish, and then you come back, and people are like, what happened? You're so-and-so, right? They won't admit this to you, but this is what I'm seeing energetically. You guys are just like at the grocery store, or you're running errands, and they're seeing you places, some of the people from your past. And they're so taken aback that they're not even approaching you. They're just like, wait, oh, they're like, oh, maybe I should look on social media, because, like, do they still look like that? Wait, like, you are not the same. You have vanished. That version of you is dead and gone. Affirm it below. That version of me is gone. That version of me is gone. Vanished. Guess what is here? Remember how I told you guys you have this new shield? You're building this 700-foot tall wall. Like winter is coming, like Game of Thrones. There's this passage, okay, where you are moving through a different timeline and you're going to start being more open to other things, and it's just this big breakthrough of light. It's you're going through a purge of like, okay, this can't work for me anymore. I know I see through people. I know I hear things. I'm healing family wounds. But people are just like, who is that? You've walked through you're on a different timeline. And they see that. That's why they're watching you from afar like, whoa, I can't even. Because they, back in the day, they'd be big, bad, and bold to talk to you any which way. And think that that's like awesome. Now they're kind of like, oh, I don't know if I should just approach them like that. Like, I don't. It's like, do they got a bodyguard? Do they got a spouse? Is there a pit bull that's going to come out and jump me, like, or bite me? Like, they don't know. They don't know because you carry yourself different. That other version of you that a lot of people knew is dead and gone. Like, when I lost that job for a little bit and then I went back, everyone thought, oh, Brittany's real nice and she's going to be so sad. And we tell her that we don't want her back. And I said, I don't freaking answer to you. Who are you? Like, I basically told them, like, that version. Oh, that. I'm not that anymore. Yeah. You must not know about me. They were just like, huh? I was like, yeah, I'm here to clean house. So, if you guys had been doing your job, I wouldn't be back. So, get your shit together. Don't worry about me. We have Wild Horse. Baby, I heard you were a wild one. We have Spirit, New Adventure, and Letting Go. So I want to end with reading these two cards to you guys. Okay, let's see what this says. So the passage. You may feel lost, heavy, and weary as you have many times on this journey, though the wilderness of the dark night. So like these cards, for some reason, I love them to death. Love them. They're harder to read than they need to be. And they're my only deck that's like that. So I try not to read the back of them often because like it takes a minute to make them make sense. You may feel lost, heavy, and weary as you have many times on this journey through the wilderness of the dark night. Like, why is there a period after that? Whatever. Though you should know by now, it is just when you feel you can't go on anymore that the passage of light reveals itself. Okay, so we get the gist of this. And that is, oh my gosh, that's such a big confirmation. Because I was saying that, like, just when you think you can't take anymore. When I went to jail that last time, I was like, I cannot take any more of this. Like, that is when the path is going to reveal itself. Like, hello, this is the leap. We're leaping. We always land on our feet. You feel froggy. Let's go. That's what time it is. You are the light. You are the breakthrough. You are the reset. Okay, affirm it below. I am the light. I am the breakthrough. I am the reset. Then we have the Wild Horse, Spirit, New Adventure, and Letting Go. This one's easier to read because it's not cursive. A wild horse gallops up to you and bows so you can climb on his back. He wants to take you on a beautiful adventure into the unknown full of new opportunities. Though there is just one condition, you are not allowed to take the reins. Well, supposed to be a bumpy ride. Okay. So this horse bows its head. It's like, you ready for an adventure? And you're like, yeah. Okay, you can't take it by the reins. You're like, huh? How am I supposed to get on? Because like we OCD, ADHD, we're like, I'm gonna fall off. I'm probably gonna fall. Okay? But we're not doing that, bestie, because we are ready for the quantum leap. So we don't really care. We don't care if we fall off the horse. We don't care if we look stupid. We don't care who's watching us. Like, oh, that's not how you ride a horse. Like, we don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm going to read the rest of this card. Let me stop trying to be funny. This card is a sign, new life. Oh my gosh. New life is on the horizon. That's so beautiful. New life is on the horizon, but you have to let go of the reins so the wild horse of life can carry you to freedom. So that was a big part of your guys' download that I should have said in the beginning and I didn't. You're letting go of control of how whatever big things you've been trying to manifest that you've been energetically chasing in your mind. Energetically, you're like, I have to get that, I have to get that, I have to get that, but I'm not trying to look at it. I'm not trying to look at it, but I need it, but I need it, but I need it. That's the energy that you guys could have been in. And really trying to like release the who and the what and the where of how it gets to you. But you guys are just starting to see, I really have to let go of that and just trust. Like, how am I trusting? How am I having faith if I really just care how it gets here? You know what I mean? So letting go of control. If the map of your dreams, if the map you made to your dreams keeps leading you to dead ends, it is time to release control. It is time to release control. There are many treasures of wisdom found in the rocks, the streams, the trees, the path less taken. Oh, I just got a download for you guys. Okay. Remember how I tell you guys, like, sometimes it's in the small things that we need to, like, have more fun in when we're, like, mad and upset and, like, things aren't working out, or we think that we have things, like, all sorted and all planned to the letter. This is basically saying through the spiritual umbrella of all of the mess, all of the effery, there are going to be some hidden treasures of how you got closer to people, and key moments of how you got there will always stay with you. So kind of like, I know how I quantum leaped from being another version to sobriety and like meaning it and staying there and really wanting to change. I remember that key moment. So even though like it was a bumpy ride and I didn't have, I didn't have the reins and I just had to believe, I appreciate that time, because even though it was hard, again, it's part of our testimony. And sometimes we need to enjoy the scenery a little bit more. Like, even though I was in jail that last time, I was kind of at peace in a really effed up way. Like, it was a little chaotic when I first got in there, but really not knowing when I was going to get out, like, that part kind of worried me. But I just had to start trusting, like, you know what? I could be in a way worse dorm that's way more chaotic. I could be literally going, like, I could be in solitary confinement. I could have gotten way more charges. Like, I could have way more court dates, way more court fines, be on probation. There's like all these things that could have happened. And instead, I just enjoyed the fact that I don't have to worry about the roof over my head tonight. I don't have to worry about how I'm going to eat tonight. I don't have to worry about like partying or if I'm going to relapse. I don't have to worry about any of that. So I kind of started to relax and enjoy the people that I was locked up with. Like, oh, you guys are playing cards? Oh, you guys are walking around the bunks? Like, I want to exercise. Like, just letting go. And sometimes we really need to do that. Just let go. And that is where your breakthrough is coming. That is where your guys' breakthrough is coming. What in the world? Yes, God has my back. Love that. You guys are the best. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this message. If you guys are on Patreon, okay, Patreon is up next on deck. And your guys' message is going to be what the is going on, the tea that you need right now. Okay, all month long is Wifey's Choice. Remember, we're not on a schedule. Patreon, you guys get 4 messages a month, and you guys have access to, like, I think over 150 readings. So remember that when you're joining. Like, there's a lot. I've had 2 versions of Patreon, and you guys get access to everything. It's only $11.11 a month. Thank you guys for helping me moderate and for all of your guys' beautiful affirmations. Thank you guys for all of your donations. I love talking to you guys. I love the messages that I get. Like, today's message was like, well, like, these spies, they're so mad. They try to take you the F out, and all it did was help your testimony. All it did was help you vanish. So, enjoy the replay. There are a lot of nuggets and different... There are a lot of nuggets and gems that you guys can... Hold on. What is with all the trolls tonight? It's on 4 weeks, too. It's on 4-week restriction. You've had to watch at least 20 live streams before commenting on today's live stream. You'd had to have been a subscriber 4 weeks and longer. And there's a lot of trolls in here. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully that wasn't distracting for you guys. Whoever, the whatever, the whoever. Sometimes I go into live streams and I don't even look at the chat because some people just, they need Jesus, or they need a hug, or they just need to sit all the way down. You feel me? Where's my bell? Hold on, I'm gonna get my bell out. I really value the messages that I give out. I rewatch my own messages. I love them that much. So I don't like when they're interrupted. I can handle it. I can deal with it. But I know that you guys are enjoying getting to know each other, hanging out, being a community, and just being friends and being a part of something. So people try to come in and they're like, I'm so mad. I'm so angry. It's like, do you need a nap? Do you need a juice box? Had to block 2 people? What the frick? Alright, guys. Thank you for everyone that behaved, which was everybody except for, like, 2 people. Okay? Those 2 people are gonna have to start again. Start again. The Decepticons in your life will always tell on themselves. They will always tell on themselves. You want to know why? Because you know how to starve them out. You know exactly how to starve them out. If you didn't know how to do that, if you didn't do this so effortlessly, chef's kiss, okay? You got the perfect recipe to starve them out, and they're so mad. That's why they're spying. And they take 1 little bone, and they try to make it 3. They're like, oh, I found something out. May their spiritual eyes be blinded for trying to illegally spy into anything we got going on. May their spiritual ears be deaf to anything we got going on for illegally trying to pry into what we got going on. You feel me? Thank you, Virginia. Thank you, Savage Queen, for helping me moderate this live stream. You guys, don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Like, share, subscribe. I'm doing a giveaway when we hit 80K subscribers. So excited. You guys can follow me on TikTok. Patreon link is down below. If you guys are looking for something more personal, like a personal reading, I don't do personals anymore, but Patreon is the closest thing to that. And it's ad-free. Okay, it is ad-free. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you guys for all of your patience. I'm going to be my schedule's going to kind of be all over the place because I have some family stuff going on. And so, yeah. Make sure you guys have your notifications on so you don't miss out, because we're about to hit a giveaway. I'm so freaking pumped. We are so close to 80K. And yeah. Thanks, guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to drop your favorite affirmation. What is mine? Everything is working out for my highest good. Okay? Everything is always working out for my highest good. A lot of scissor energy. That version of me is gone. That version of me is gone. Vanished. All right. Bye, guys.